Okay, so now you've got your course up and running, let's have a look at how to actually deliver the course. So as we said, there is a student view. Let's just go back to the student view. So this is what your students will see, and the more astute of you may have noticed that a whole lot of stuff's disappeared down here. So all students do is initially come to the home page. You can then direct them to a particular band. So let's have a look at the, say, blue area of networks here. We click on networks blue, you'll go to the learning objectives for that. They can go to next. And each band is organized exactly the same. There are some content pages, there are some activities, there are some assessments and some additional resources. We can navigate through them sequentially just by hitting next, and that's what we're going to do. So go next. Oops, sorry, I've gone back to the extra resources there. Let me just go back. Made a bit of a mess there. I'm just going to go back to that blue index where we were. So we want to go to the content page first of all. So I'm going to hit next because we go sequentially through it. This just tells us that we're into the content section, and now we're into whatever's in here. So there's at least always a PowerPoint. What Canvas does is it can render the PowerPoint within the viewer here because it's a known format file, so we can actually view the PowerPoint within here if we want to. Obviously we can download it as well just by clicking on the file up here. Now it won't do any of the animations, and some of the PowerPoints do have animations, so you'll need to download those, but at least there's a viewer there. The general navigation is with next and previous, so we can click next. We then go off to an embedded video which we can watch when we move on quickly, and another short video there explaining about search engines. In this case there's actually two PowerPoints because there's quite a lot in here. There's some stuff about how to use the internet and search engines, and click next again. And what we're doing here is we're actually using a YouTube video that we created using the Packet Tracer software, which will explain about web services and how they work, and the kids will actually build this later on. I'm not going to wait for that to download. And another one here about using email. So again, we'll be able to see emails flying around our network there. A lot of the learning objectives in the communications networks are to do with e-safety, so there's lots and lots of e-safety and sites and organizations to learn about, so those are all in there as well. And there's quite a few videos which are excellent on e-safety. I recommend you watch those before you make them available to your pupils. And then we finish the end of the activities, the end of the content section, and we're now into the activities section. So we go into the activities section. Let's have a quick look what's in here. There is a Packet Tracer activity. So here they actually download a Packet Tracer file and run Packet Tracer software, and they'll be able to play with the Packet Tracer scenario and learn some concepts. There's a bit about here doing some research on the internet. If you've not had a look at those, they're an excellent resource to show why you shouldn't believe everything that you read on the internet. There's a game in there for a bit of fun, and a treasure hunt. Gosh, quite a lot of activities in this one. I forgot there was so much in here. That came from Kids Smart, who we've acknowledged, and a digital citizen game as well. And that's the end of the activities. Then we go into the assessment section, where obviously you can take an assessment. We'll mention assessments again in one of the other support videos, so we're not going to look at those now. And finally you'll go into the extra resources, which are a set of links for people to go further with and research in a bit more depth than we've covered so far. And that should bring us to the, oh sorry, there's another video there, I forgot about that one. And that should bring us to the end of the blue section. So now you've seen how the course is structured from a student point of view. Let's just leave the student view. You can see all our other tabs have come back. We can go to the module view now, which is something we have as instructors, and if we scroll down to the blue section, what you should now see is exactly where we've just been. There you go, we started the index page with the 4 icons, then we did a whole load of content, then a whole load of activities, then the assessments, and finally the extra resources before we got to the end. So you've kind of got the two views of how we see this course, but the intention is for the initially that the students come in through that top level menu and don't necessarily dive into here, although of course we can customize that, and we'll talk about that later. So as you're delivering this course, you may not want your students to have access to everything. You might be doing it for Key Stage 3 pupils, and you don't want to see some of the videos and stuff that's in some of the later content. So what we do here is we can modify the course. So from our instructor view, we can go into modules, and what we're going to do is the black and white areas have got some quite hard-hitting videos in, and we don't need the kids to study this content at the moment. So what we need to do is scroll down to the white area and click this little green cloud there, which is unpublish, and come up, and we'll take the black area out as well, and we can unpublish that. Oh, missed it. Unpublish that. Obviously there's particular things that we want to remove. We can unpublish individual items within a content block as well, but this has killed the whole block at the moment because we don't want those to be available. Now obviously we're in the instructor view here, so for us we've still got access to those. If we now go back into the settings and go into the student view, as you'd expect, when we click on the black section there, that's not available, and neither is the white section. So that allows you to remove the content if you don't wish to use it, or it enables you to hide content, effectively the same thing, if you want to keep your class just to look at a particular subsection of the course. And that's how we can deliver the course.